Okay, so this one's pretty straightforward. We've got to first examine what the equation is um, if it wasn't an inequality, but it was an equation, and it would be y equals -1. What does that look like? Well, remember, we've got one of these special cases where only one of the variable is appearing. So what do we need to do? We need to draw an either vertical line or a horizontal line um, going through whatever axis they're naming with the letter. So what are they naming? They're naming y here as the variable. So we need a line that goes through the y-axis at -1. And what does that look like? That looks like a horizontal line. Okay, so we're going to take my line tool and we're going to make a horizontal line at -1, just like that. Okay, and then the question is, do we include the line first of all? Does it need to be dotted line or solid line? And because it says or equals, it will be included. We will leave it as a solid line, meaning all points along the line will solve this. Okay? And then do we want to go above or below? Well, it says y is greater than this. So we want to then take values greater, 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 like that. Okay? All the way up. And I just want to show you, while I'm drawing these, I want to just talk about, people ask about about proofs, like how do you do a proof if the second variable isn't there? You have to pick a point, and the point has two coordinates, but what do you do about the fact that you have nowhere to put x? Well, the fact is that you don't need to put x then, okay? Um, I'll show you. Okay, sorry I had to back up the video. I'm not sure if I'm repeating myself a little bit here, but if we wanted to test a point and we chose a point that was in the shaded region, for example, 2 comma 3, like this point right here, we can say, okay, we're going to rewrite this equation, and actually we want to use the original equation, which is an inequality. So we're going to write y is greater than or equal to -1, and then plug it in. If we say we're using the point 2 comma 3, like I put on the graph there in the light blue, then what can we plug in? Well, the only space that we have to plug in is for where y is, because there's no x in the equation, so there's nowhere to put that. So we're going to put in 3 in for y. Then we simplify it out. We say 3 is greater than or equal to -1. And is that true? It's true. Yeah, it's true. It works because we have a y coordinate of 3, and that means any value that's anything that's here is going to have a y coordinate of 3. So any one of those points would give you a 3 there. And all we need is any point that's got a y coordinate of -1 or above, and that's anything that's on the line or above the line. And so we're good. So we've just tested a point out that's in the shaded region to be sure that we shaded the right side, and we did. But hopefully you're starting to look at this and you're saying, oh, it says y is greater. That means above. Greater means above.